Hey, hey, hey. I hope you guys enjoy these, what I'm calling podcast shorts for my Burnout to All Out community. This is just a little peek behind the curtain of the coaching that goes on inside of my programs. We're bringing to you some of the best nuggets and coaching I'm giving within hot seats of all of our different programs, whether it's our LinkedIn Method Academy, our mini mastermind business basics, all the way up to our higher level mastermind. If you're hearing some of these questions and you're like, man, I wish I could get my burning question answered by Melissa. Hey, guess what? You could be featured on my podcast. If you've got a question that you want answered and you submit it to my team and we pick it, we will bring you here to the podcast for our podcast shorts and do a hot seat with you. Where can you submit your questions? Send them to teamburnouttooallout.co. We'll make sure we drop that in the show notes for our podcast shorts. And I hope that you guys find as much value in these shorts as our clients do inside the program. Need some effective tactical advice that actually helps you get results and makes a real difference in your life and business? You've come to the right place. If you're finding yourself here today, it means you're getting ready to gain serious traction in your business, rapidly multiply your income and impact, and you're ready to make it happen while living all out. Guys, I'm Melissa Hinault, your trustworthy corporate dropout turned six-figure business burnout turned happy and healthy CEO of a multi-million-dollar online business. And you're listening to the Burnout to All Out podcast. On this show, we're serving up innovative growth strategies, simple implementation methods to put them into practice, and action-stimulating inspiration tailored specifically for the modern entrepreneur. Let's dive in.
I was confused about the opt-in and conversion events because I was thinking an opt-in is a freebie. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's another money block or something that I have, but I just can't see an opt-in if it's going to be a checklist because I still haven't decided that yet. That's the one thing I haven't decided is how is that going to get them to come into our masterclass, which has to be close to $2,000 because the DNA itself is $1,000. So it has to be, it's a high ticket. Like it may not be a high ticket to you, Melissa, but to those of us who like, this is my first launch. So to me, It's a little overwhelming to be asking for that when I haven't done this before. So I'm having
Listen, I was shaking in my boots to charge people $100 for my class when I first started. So
I wouldn't be upset charging $100. So I'm trying to figure out, I just can't see how, if I do a checklist, how that's going to get them to go, oh, here's $2,000. So I feel I have to do some sort of conversion event in order to get them in. And in my mind, I always had like a 3-day, because I'm okay with going live and webinars and all that stuff. I'm okay with all of that. So I've gone live like 12, 13 times in a row. And then I just stopped doing my show because I was bored of it. But I did 36 episodes of like an hour-long show. And I think 12 were live. So that's not an issue. I guess I'm just trying to figure out if that's the right thing to do to get people to come into. It's going to be 8 weeks, 1 hour session per week, because the DNA takes 4 weeks to come back. So we need that time to go over what nutrigenomics are and all that stuff. And she's going to do the first 2 days talking about epigenetics and what it's all about. And then I'm going to do mindset and that type of thing. But I just don't know what the best avenue is to get them to give me the money.
Yeah. So I think the disconnect, if I'm hearing you correctly, and hopefully I can kind of tease this out for you, how the opt-in relates to a conversion event for us is the opt-in is long game. So the opt-in gets the email.
Yeah.
The opt-in is not directly related to the conversion event. Okay. So at any point in the 365 days of my business, someone can opt into my checklist. They can find it in the featured section of my LinkedIn account. They can find it on my website. We spend about $400 a month on ads for it. So it's just out there. 365 days a year, just floating in the space for people to click on it. And when they click on it, it's when I present anywhere, it's the last QR code on my slide deck. Like literally wherever I go, I'm trying to grab emails, right? Where the conversion event happens is about 2 weeks before we sell anything. Now, remember, we're nurturing during that whole time. Hopefully you guys are all on my email list. We're sending you value every single week, right? We're giving you reasons to open the email. We have a 50% open rate, I think, which is insane, right?
40 to 60.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, 40 to 60%. So people are opening, right? This goes back to the marketing campaign with Sadie, right? We look at the calendar and say, we're going to launch Business Basics in 2 weeks. So in the next 2 weeks, we need to write some copy that we're going to drip in between in our email list to invite our email list to come to this workshop. We're 2 weeks out from our next launch for LinkedIn Method Academy. Let's make sure we pull out some value emails and stuff in there, some sales emails. So we're not doing it all year long, but we are selling people into a conversion event when it's time to ramp up for it, right? In between conversion events, value. I go back to Gary Vee, right? The right hook, right? Or no, jab is value. So that when we do want to sell them, they open the email because they've gotten so much value. And then they're like, oh, this isn't value today. Melissa actually wants to invite me to a webinar. But she's given me so much value. I'm curious. Let me read on. We'll drip that email. There may be 2 or 3 emails leading up to the live event, right? That's why we see a bump in what we call organic registrations with our LinkedIn Method Academy. 2 weeks before launch, you guys always see a bump in the registrations that come from organic. It's because Jackie turned on the email sequence that markets to people that are already in our email ethos. Hey, by the way, we've got this totally 9-day free masterclass coming up, XYZ, come register for it. So the opt-in builds the email list. The email list becomes the asset that you don't want to over market to. But when conversion events are about to happen and you're about to have your launch or your webinar about this testing, then you're going to market to them with a link to register. Thanks, guys, so much for listening in on today's podcast episode. And I can't wait for you to see my upcoming guest in the next episode. You are going to love this keynote speaker. Hey, here's the deal. If you liked this, please subscribe and leave a review. And you want the latest online business growth strategies and exclusive LinkedIn pro tips sent straight to your phone? Text the word update to 704-318-2285. That is, text the word update to 704-318-2285. Can't wait to see you guys. Come find me over on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, wherever you like to hang. I cannot wait to hear how you are enjoying and applying what you're learning. You guys reach out to me over on social because I love hearing what's resonating with you. When you reach out to me and you send me those personal DMs, they really do impact the content I continue to bring forward to you. So again, come find me, Melissa_Hinault over on Instagram, Melissa Hinault over on LinkedIn and Facebook. Can't wait to see you guys over there.